Hello everybody, I'm Steve Hackney. Welcome to the web event. We've got people registered from all over, so before we get started, say hello and in the chat box let me know where you're from. And while we're waiting for everyone, I just want to say that I'm really excited to be sharing this training with you today. People say to me, Steve, what do you like talking about most? And it's this, talking about how to make your marketing work and the amazing effect it can have on the people and businesses that apply it. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff today. I'm going to show you how you can apply the things that make marketing work and get results the same day. You're going to love it. So, a couple of things before we get started. I'd recommend taking out a pad and paper, take notes, shut down Skype, turn your phone off, turn your email off. I don't want you to miss anything. This will be fun, but it will be more fun if you interact with me. Make sure you're asking questions in the questions box so I get feedback and I can give you exactly what you want. Okay, I'm ready to get started. Let me know you're ready. Okay, like 50 yeses right now. All right, let's jump straight in. Okay, the title of the web event today is how these 9 simple tactics will multiply the results of your marketing without extra cost, time, or expertise of any kind. Are you guys excited about that? Okay, great. A couple of things before I get started. First, I've got some great news. Just for attending the web event today, I've added a great bonus for you, and you can't get it anywhere else other than for me right here, right now. I guarantee it will have a massive impact on the growth of your business over the next 12 months. So stay tuned to the end of this session and all will be revealed. Second, I want to give my earnings disclaimer. Obviously, after watching this webinar, you're not going to magically transform your marketing and make millions in the process. You guys are smart enough to know that. But if you follow and apply what I'm giving you today, you will get positive results. And as soon as you do, then as you keep applying more and more of the things that make marketing work, you really can begin to see major changes in your results and in the growth of your business. And my goal for this presentation is to help 2 types of people. For those who have new or relatively new businesses, you'll get a proven, easy to apply system for creating effective marketing right out of the gate to ensure your business grows quickly and, equally importantly, to prevent you from wasting even a single penny on marketing. How many of you fit this profile? Okay, a few of you. Plus, for people who have a more established business, you'll also get the same system, but I'll show you how to quickly multiply the results of your existing marketing to maximize the return on your investment on the marketing strategies you're using. And of course, ensure that any new marketing strategies you apply will also be highly effective, leading to big increases in sales and profits. Which of you already have an established business and would like to achieve all that? Okay, great. Let's get into it then. Well, I'm pretty sure that you'd all like to create marketing that just keeps performing and churning out results day after day, month after month, year after year, yes? In fact, if that's something you'd love to happen, just type yes in the chat box now. Okay, great. Well, today I'm going to show you real-life examples and case studies from people who are doing just that, generating hundreds of thousands, even millions a year, all because of what you're about to discover here today. By the way, if you failed at marketing or growing your business in the past, it doesn't matter. In fact, let's just get a show of hands, so to speak. Who has created or launched a marketing strategy like a website or a sales letter or an ad and it flopped? Just write yes in the chat box. Come on, be honest. In fact, I'll come clean first. Before I developed these 9 tactics, I failed frequently. So come on, be honest. Okay, I can see many of you have struggled, but that's normal, so don't worry. You see, there's a lot of information out there and it can be confusing, and mostly it's like the blind leading the blind. In fact, information overload and bad advice is the reason why most marketing doesn't work and why most business owners fail, or it keeps you from achieving the level of success you deserve. I come across it all the time and it's okay. It's normal. You see, marketing and advertising companies, no offense if we have any on here today, by the way, guys, want you to think that you need to spend a lot of money on marketing. You need to be creative and you need their help in order to become successful. And I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. And I'm going to show you why right now. But before we start, let me tell you a little bit about myself and who I am. Well, for the last 20 years or so, after my professional rugby career with Leicester Tigers in England came to an end back in the 90s, I've been helping small and medium-sized companies to increase their sales and grow their businesses. In fact, here's one of my best-selling books titled The Formula. In fact, some of you may have already read it. It reveals the proven business-building system thousands of businesses are using to generate more leads, convert more of those into customers, and maximize the value of those customers. I show you this just for those of you who don't know me, to reinforce I do know what I'm talking about. Anyway, in the early days, though it was really frustrating, you see, I came from an elite sporting background where everything, and I mean everything, was systemized. And providing you followed that system, you improved. But in business, it just isn't that straightforward, is it? As I'm sure you'll all agree. Back in the day, when I came up with a marketing strategy which I thought was an absolute winner and just had to work, 8 times out of 10 it failed miserably. In fact, I quickly learned that virtually no one knew how to make marketing work most of the time. There was nothing out there that said if you apply these tactics to your marketing, it will produce results. And to my knowledge, it's just the same today. No one else has identified what makes marketing work, and I'm sure you're no different, right? And if you think about that for a second, it's ridiculous. We start a business because we have a great idea or want to improve how things are done. But for the most important aspect of it, the marketing, we don't have a proven system. We just have to make it up as we go along or copy what everyone does. That's why the vast majority of businesses fail within the first 5 years. Even today, so-called marketing gurus, marketing coaches, marketing consultants, and marketing and advertising agencies want us to believe that great marketing is all about being creative and we need to use their services to ensure our success. The problem with that is that most small and medium-sized businesses don't have the budget to use expensive coaches, consultants or agencies. And whilst I meet hundreds, even thousands of entrepreneurs every year, very few of them, myself included, have a single creative bone in their body, right? Worse still, marketing books and the like just keep on reinforcing the need for creativity. But the problem is, most business owners are too busy to be creative and can't afford others to be creative for them. So I knew I had to come up with a different way to make marketing work for all business owners. But how do you go from not having any creative juices to building effective marketing? To be honest, it was a tough ask. I even bought creative thinking books which would supposedly teach me how to become more creative. They didn't. I went to seminars all over the world, costing thousands in the process to learn about creativity in marketing and advertising. I even bought a ton of creative CD courses. And while some were okay, none of them made me more creative. And I was still getting inconsistent results with both my own marketing and that of my clients. And I had to take a different approach. Now, as it happens, I'm a lot OCD. I keep files on every single marketing tactic and strategy I've ever used going back 20 years, for every client I've ever worked with, and for any strategy we've used for my businesses. So I thought, let's take some time out and study everything. Every single successful marketing tactic and strategy I'd ever created for both myself and all my clients. I then studied hundreds of successful marketing strategies from some of the greats, like David Ogilvy, John Caples and Leo Burnett, including successful print ads, emails, sales letters, web pages, leaflets and so on. It was a huge project which took up 18 months of solid study. But I noticed something, trends in all of them. Certain tactics were almost always present in each successful marketing strategy. It was kind of like suddenly seeing all the pieces of a jigsaw come together. I created a checklist of these tactics, and then as I analysed each subsequent marketing strategy and ticked which tactics were being used and implemented, the fog then started to clear. I had a set of tactics that seemed to be present in almost every successful marketing strategy. Successful ads, leaflets, web pages, emails, flyers and so on. Then I put it to the test. I used these set of tactics in my own marketing and I used them in my clients' marketing. And to my astonishment, all of a sudden, and I mean all of a sudden, around 70% of everything worked well. And as you know, that's a remarkable feat. Since then, I've refined the tactics, improved them and removed inconsistent ones, leaving me with just 9 easy to apply tactics that if applied to any marketing strategy would virtually guarantee it worked. I call these 9 tactics the core elements. So you guys ready to see them? Okay, great, here goes. Here they are. These are the core elements that are proven to make marketing work and improve results irrespective of your skills or expertise. They're easy to implement and are currently being successfully used by over 26,000 businesses all over the world, responsible for adding thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions to each and every one of them, because once and for all, they are using a proven set of principles that simply make marketing work. Put it this way, it's virtually impossible not to get results when you apply the core elements to your marketing. And just for clarity, when I say marketing, I mean your online marketing. So all your web pages and landing pages, emails, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Google AdWords, LinkedIn group pages, Facebook pages, blogs, social media, and everything digital and online. And all your offline marketing, such as your sales letters, print ads in magazines and newspapers, leaflets, brochures, postcards, newsletters, you name it, they will all either be significantly improved with the core elements if they're already in use, or will ensure they all perform if you create them from this day forward. I'll repeat, no matter what business you're in or how new or established it is, the core elements will work for you. You see, as I said earlier, here's how most people market their businesses. They first tend to copy what the competition are doing or try and replicate what they did in their last job. They pick up some ideas from other businesses in different industries. They put up a website and then add other marketing strategies and add whatever they read about or get sold to by marketing and advertising agencies, coaches and consultants. But the problem is, even if you're running a big business and you can afford to spend tens of thousands on creative marketing agencies or consultancies, they aren't using the core elements. Other than creativity, none of what they do is based on a solid foundation of what works. So no matter what you add, without this foundation of the core elements in place, it's highly unlikely your marketing will work or work as well as it should. The core elements make marketing and growing your business predictable because they focus on the primary things that make marketing work. You don't need anything else. To be more precise, the core elements help create effective marketing, resulting in more leads and more sales, not just from new clients, customers or patients, but from existing ones as well. And when your marketing works, you can scale it up, which means you'll grow your business faster than you thought possible because of what you're doing works. I often say you can't multiply zero, but that's what people try and do. They don't get results from their marketing, so they do more of it. But that just compounds the problem. You can't multiply zero, but you can multiply what works. And that's the way you build a successful business. Just to explain what's possible, here's a quick video from Graham Harris, MD of Technifold. He owns a printing device company supplying revolutionary products to printers and print finishers across the world. It's a short clip with him recounting what happened in the first 2 years of applying the core elements into his business.
Systemization, I think, when we're talking about the results, profits increased by 50% per the Tricreaser, as I said earlier, our main product, selling for £359. We doubled it to, almost doubled it to £700 or thereabouts. We went from kind of a £200,000 business to £1 million in the first year. And then in the second year, going into year 3, 1 million to 1.6 million.
You see, Graham had invented a truly revolutionary, groundbreaking product that no one else had done before. His devices basically remove the cracking down the spine when thick paper or card is folded. Now, as you heard from Graham, even the likes of Heidelberg had hundreds of experts trying to solve this age-old problem, and they couldn't do what Graham had done. But before he applied the core elements to his marketing, he was still struggling, even with an amazing product like that. And that's the point. No matter how good your product or service is, if you don't market effectively, you'll never be as successful as you could be. Graham will tell you in his own words that without using the core elements, he wouldn't be a multimillionaire, and he wouldn't have made several of his distributors multimillionaires either. Now, clearly, I'm not saying you'll achieve the same results, but even on a smaller scale, you'll see significant improvements to your own business once you use the core elements. Make sense? So who else would like to achieve similar results, or double their business in the next 6 to 12 months or so, or grow it by 50% or even 25%? Just write in the box what percentage you'd really like to grow your business during the next 12 months after applying the core elements to all your marketing. Okay, great. Now let me show you exactly how to do that. Here's what we're going to cover in the next 45 minutes or so. Secret 1 is to apply the science, how to get instant results by seamlessly applying each core element to your marketing. Secret number 2 is to use the right ingredients, how even a child can get results. And secret 3 is to beat the clock, how to then successfully and confidently implement each expertly created core element, often in 60 minutes or less. Okay, let's start with secret 1, apply the science, how to get instant results by seamlessly applying each core element to your marketing. Now let me tell you a quick story. As you know, in the early days, like everyone else, I didn't know what made marketing work. But as soon as I took a more scientific approach to establish the core elements and then refine them, everything changed. I'd immediately apply them to all my private clients' marketing, and they worked their magic. I simply added the core elements to each marketing strategy. Kind of like adding salt and pepper to your dinner to improve the taste, the core elements were applied to improve results. It was and still is a great feeling, knowing that any business owner, regardless of their skills, experience or expertise, can get great results by adding the core elements to their marketing. And although most people think their business is different, and of course it is in terms of how they operate, what they sell, who's involved in them, and all those sorts of things, they're not different though when it comes to marketing and growing. They all need marketing that works, they all need leads, they all need sales, and they all need to keep customers and get them to spend more. And just to remind you, there are over 26,000 businesses using the core elements right now across hundreds of different industries. When it comes to marketing, believe me, your business isn't different. When I took a scientific approach to marketing, everything changed. And because this is a scientific approach to marketing your business, you cannot fail. There are no other factors to consider. Apply the science of the core elements and hey presto, you'll create successful marketing. So using the analogy, you know that if you combine 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen, you'll create water, right? Well, when you combine the 9 core elements to your marketing, you create results. It's no different. Okay, let me take you through the 9 core elements and you'll see why it doesn't matter what business you're in, how long you've been running it, whether you sell products, services or professional services, or if you've got no sales and marketing experience. They can be easily applied to your marketing. And let me repeat, the core elements don't cost you a single penny to apply. So if you're currently using any sales and marketing strategies, and most of you are, then applying the core elements to each marketing piece, be it a website, letter, leaflet, advertising campaign, anything you use to grow your business, you'll see immediate results. This is kind of like a high-performance professional athlete. Hard work and training will only get them so far. They have to do it correctly and have the correct technique in order to get the very best results. You can't just say you want to be a professional athlete or successful businessman and just work hard. You have to work hard with the correct technique. And in the case of wanting to have marketing that works and a successful business, the correct technique is applying the core elements. Seriously, when you get this right, then your business is just going to transform in front of your very eyes. You see, whilst we're talking about transforming the marketing you're currently using, you'll also use the core elements in all the new marketing strategies you'll be applying. Here's another view of all 9. I've shown them as a periodic table because after all, they're the core elements. I'll go through them shortly with the case study. Okay, so just to recap, the core elements are the things that make marketing work, and when you have them in all your marketing strategies, you'll instantly get results or improved results, and they cost nothing to apply. For example, here's one of Graham's early ads. It's a typical ad created by an ad agency. And as you can see, the so-called experts don't know about this stuff. Yes, they can make your advertising and marketing look good to the eye, i.e. being creative, but it's results that count, right? Now at the time, Graham had this ad in all the major print magazines and it was cost him about 10 grand a month and he was losing money. So let's look at the core elements in the ad. First, they've omitted core elements 1 and 2, which is the target market and the differentiator respectively. Then they've made a mistake I see in most marketing pieces, costing business owners a fortune every week, and that's using their business name and or logo as the headline. This is core element 3, and on a scale of 1 to 100 in terms of effectiveness, when you use your business name or logo as the headline, it scores 1. So right out of the gate, you're losing money because you're going to get less leads and sales. They've also left out core element 4, which is the offer. See, there's no offer. Okay, they've made an attempt at core element 5, features and benefits, but these are all features. There's no benefits. We know that benefits create desire, and it was the great salesman Elmer Wheeler who coined the phrase, sell the sizzle, not the steak. And when you only use features in your sales and marketing, all you're doing is selling the steak. Benefits are the sizzle. Again, on a scale of 1 to 100, features only score 1, so it's missing huge sales appeal. They've omitted core element 6, the guarantee, 7 reasons why, and 8 social proof, but had a go at core element 9, the call to action. In other words, what people need to do to respond. But it's a poor attempt really. Just adding your phone number or your web address, for example, isn't a powerful way to get people to respond. So altogether, they've missed 6 of the core elements, and the 3 core elements they've got, they've not done a good job with them. On a scale of 1 to 100, with 100 being highly effective, this ad would score around 4. That's why it bombed and was costing Graham money. As a result, Graham came to the conclusion that advertising didn't work, but he was wrong. You see, the ad was transformed by using the core elements. Here's what it looked like. I'll briefly take you through it. First, right through the ad, it is firmly focused on printers and print finishers. Now, anyone reading the ad who is a printer or print finisher will be magnetically drawn in. Second, we clearly differentiated the Tricreaser. It was the only device of its kind to completely eliminate fibre cracking, guaranteed, or your money back. Third, it's got a great headline. Notice it says, "They laughed when I put the Tricreaser on my folding machine, but when they saw the results, ... You'll shortly see why that's such a winner, and I'll come back to it later. Fourth, it's got an irresistible offer. You may be surprised to discover that the offer is in fact a free information pack. The ad explains why the reader should send for it. Fifth, the ad is packed full of features and benefits. Sixth, it details the guarantee. And seventh, why a guarantee is offered. Eighth is social proof, and notice these 3 powerful testimonials on the left-hand side of the ad. And finally, ninth is the call to action. It gives readers the option of completing and sending back the coupon. And by the way, coupons surprisingly still work very well to increase response. Or they can call the office direct or request it via the landing page from the URL at the bottom of the ad. So from 1 to 9, all the core elements are there and applied as good as they could be, and that's the rule. Apply every core element, make sure it's implemented correctly, and then your results can only transform for the better. It's impossible not to improve your results with this approach. Oh, and by the way, creating an ad like this is a cinch even by someone who's never written an ad before, and I'll explain why later. It's worth repeating again that every one of the core elements can be applied to all your existing and new marketing strategies for absolutely zero cost. Yep, zero. So in this example, placing the new ads didn't increase the cost. It cost the same as it was costing Graham before. We simply transformed the ad using the science of the core elements, making them much more effective. Make sense? That's why I say growing your business isn't rocket science, but it is a science. The core elements are the science behind very effective marketing. You've just got to apply them. So now I've shown you how to instantly transform your existing and new marketing strategies using the core elements. Isn't that awesome? And that leads nicely on to the second secret. The second secret is to use the right ingredients and how even a child can get results. Okay, so the core elements and their magic are now firmly in place in your marketing. But in reality, that's just the framework. You know that all 9 core elements have to be in place to create effective, results-producing marketing. But you won't have ever used most of them effectively ever before. And that's the potential challenge. How do you actually create them and create them so they perform at their absolute best? Well, you're going to love this. Remember I said that over the years I've refined each of the core elements. Well, what I've done is identify what's required within each core element to make them highly successful. Think about this for a second. Just knowing what the core elements are isn't enough. For example, remember in the ad I showed you earlier, created by the ad agency for Technifold, the agency did include 3 core elements, but they were applied poorly, reducing their impact. Therefore, you need to know how each core element should be put together to ensure optimized results. Then your success is assured, because if each core element is created to its optimum, that means you've got all 9 core elements performing at their height. So when you put them all together, it's impossible not to get amazing results. It's kind of like baking a cake using a recipe. You have to put in the right ingredients and the right amount of each ingredient in order for the cake to look and taste wonderful. It's no different with the core elements. You've effectively got 9 recipes, 1 for each core element, and because of all the testing, refining, and improving we've done all over the years, we've actually got those 9 recipes all done. In fact, we call each recipe a success formula. The success formula details what you need to include to ensure the core element is working at its best. It makes it so much easier to then create and apply each core element. That's why I said a child can do it, and you don't need any sales and marketing experience to get great results. Seriously, if you can follow the simplest of recipes, you can do this too. For example, here's the success formula for the first core element, the target market, where I is identify the target market, A is avatar, and T is tailor. And when you add all those together, you create a powerful target market. As you can see, the success formula gives you this structure. But we don't stop there. Each part of the success formula then has what we call a step-by-step system to create it. So we break down each part of the success formula into a series of steps, making it even easier. But we don't stop there either. You'll also have a fill-in-the-blank creation template for each core element. This is what's used to create each part of the success formula for your own business. And finally, to make sure you've included absolutely every single tactic, every piece of the jigsaw. Each core element has its own implementation checklist. Believe me, it's never been easier to create successful marketing. And you may be wondering why no one else has ever done anything like this before. Well, it's simple. You can't go to this level of depth and step-by-step detail if you don't know what makes marketing work. You have to know what you want to bake before finding the recipe. Agreed? Well, that's what I've done. I've identified what makes marketing work, the core elements, and then created a step-by-step system or recipe for each one, and then added a fail-safe measure with the checklists. I guarantee when you follow the process, you'll also create powerful, results-producing marketing for your business. Does that make sense to everyone? Just type yes into the chat box. Come on, type yes. Okay, great. Okay, let's move on then. So secret 3 then is beat the clock, how to then successfully and confidently implement each expertly created core element, often in 60 minutes or less. Okay, so the success formulas, step-by-step systems, fill-in-the-blank creation templates, and the implementation checklists ensure anyone, and I mean anyone, can create successful core elements. More importantly, they're created to ensure anyone can create them in minutes or just a few hours, not days. So let's put this to the test, shall we? Let's take one of the fill-in-the-blank creation templates and time how long it takes. Now, obviously, some of the core elements do, of course, take longer than I'm going to demonstrate here, but remember, the creation template significantly reduces the time it would normally take to create the core element. Okay, as you saw, one of the core elements is the headline. So what I've done here is prepare a short video taking you through it. I think you're going to love this. When it comes to headlines, we have 48 different headline templates, each one proven to be a huge winner. The headline is the most important part of any sales and marketing strategy. If your headline fails, then so too will your results. Incidentally, as I said before, the name of your business or your logo is the worst possible headline you can use, because with the greatest respect, even though we're all proud of our businesses, your clients, customers or patients don't care who you are. All they care about is what you can do for them. So just think about what I'm saying for a second. If you use a poor headline, you'll never achieve the results you could. Conversely, if you use a great headline, then your results are assured. It's that important. But most of you on the call wouldn't have a clue what a great headline looks like, right? And that's why the fill-in-the-blank creation templates are so important. They've got success built into them, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to learn or study or search for proven headlines that you can clone. It's all been done. You just have to follow the template, and hey presto, in minutes you've created a successful headline that will be transformational. Okay, I'm just going to play this and you'll see for yourself just how easy this is. Okay, I've opened the Headline Sales Accelerator template. You can see them all listed here. Well, the first page of them anyway. There are in fact 48 Headline Sales Accelerator templates. Notice the template is backed up with an example just to make it even easier for you. Now let's assume I want to create an amazingly powerful headline for a free special report. Let's say the report is from a printer who works with lawyers. Their report explains how a legal firm can add an additional £50,000, dollars or euros in fees per year using their innovative printing materials specifically created for the legal profession. Now I'm not going to use every template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first 5 and show you just how easy this is to do. Remember, as long as you keep the format of the template, you can be sure you'll always create an amazingly powerful headline. Let's see how this works and let's see how long it takes me. So template 1 is, they didn't think I could, but I did. And the example is, they laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play. Therefore, headline 1 could be, they laughed when I said our legal firm generated over £50,000 in extra fees just from our printed materials, but when I showed them my results, ... Template 2 is who else wants. So who else wants an extra hour a day? Therefore, headline 2 could be, who else wants to generate an additional £50,000 in legal fee income this year? Template 3 is how to. And with how to templates, you just add those words as in how to the front of any headline and it transforms it. Therefore, headline 3 could be how to add over £50,000 in legal fees in 12 months using these proven printed materials. Template 4 is how ... made me ... and the example is how a fool stunt made me a star salesman. Therefore, headline 4 could be how an unknown yet totally proven set of printed materials can add £50,000 in legal fees to your firm in the next 12 months. And then template 5 is are you ... question mark. The example is, are you smarter than your boss? Therefore, headline 5 could be something like, are you running a legal firm? Here's how you can add £50,000 in legal fees this year. Do you see how easy this is? Remember, it doesn't matter what business you're in or what sales, marketing tactic or strategy you're using. You just apply the headline templates and hey presto, out pops an amazingly powerful headline which will instantly improve your results. That video was just 2 minutes 35 seconds long. That includes me talking to you through the process and mentioning the examples, but even so, it's taken me a total of less than 3 minutes, and I know all these headlines would be effective. That's the power of the fill-in-the-blank creation templates. Even if it took you 15 minutes to create 5 amazing headlines, that's obviously not a lot of time to completely transform your results, agreed? Incidentally, if all you did was change the headlines of all your existing sales and marketing tactics and strategies, you'd see a massive increase in results instantly. Okay, hopefully you found that really interesting, but the truth is that's all it takes to start transforming the results of your marketing. And it's that easy with the other 8 core elements. For example, adding social proof in the form of great testimonials to all your sales and marketing tactics and strategies also significantly ramps up your results. So let me ask you all a question and write it in the box. How do you get great testimonials? Come on, write in the box, how do you get great testimonials? Yeah, that's right. Most of you are saying ask for them. And traditionally, that's how most people get testimonials, well, those that get them. You see, many businesses don't use them because they don't know how important they are to their success. And if you think about it, with the development of the internet and the review sites now, social proof is becoming even more important. But asking for testimonials has a few drawbacks. First, you have to call your clients, customers or patients and ask them to give you testimonials. And that's not easy for most people. Second, you end up having to chase them for the testimonial because most of them are happy to give you one and then don't get round to it. Ultimately, they'll say something like, oh, will you write it for me and I'll approve it. All this takes time. It's a big hassle for you and the client, customer or patient. And if you end up writing them, you'll never get the true feeling of the customer, so they're always less effective. It's for all these reasons why so few people use testimonials or why the testimonials being used aren't great. Now enter what I call the testimonials by the dozen letter creation template. This is your template right here. To speed the whole process up for you, each fill-in-the-blank creation template comes usually as a Microsoft Word document. So you literally download it and then tailor it. Notice the yellow highlighter. The highlighted parts are the parts you tailor to your business, so you don't even need to think about what you need to change. Well, we've done all that for you. You simply work through each highlighted part and within minutes you've got your own tailored but highly effective strategy. Let me just pause for a second to talk about that. Cloning strategies effectively and quickly is down to knowing what you can remove and what needs to stay put. So the tailoring, although it looks simple here, that's only because we know what you can change and what you must leave in. Messing too much with the creation templates is risky because if you take the wrong parts out, then you could sabotage the entire strategy and results will therefore suffer. So we've taken as much of the thinking out of this for you too. It really is that easy. Okay then, I'm going to play the video and you'll see how quick it is to get this particular letter ready. Okay, let me take you through how to use the testimonials by the dozen letter Sales Accelerator template. As you can see, I have the template already open. Notice you're just going to change the highlighted parts. Don't change any other elements, otherwise you risk reducing its effectiveness. And that goes with all the other templates. In this example, let's say I run a plumbing business, so we deliver plumbing services. Okay, let's simply work through each highlighted part and see how long it takes to create an effective testimonials by the dozen letter. The first thing you would do is obviously address the letter to each individual client, customer or patient. And you can speed this process up by mail merging the letter. Now I'm going to work through the letter. First I'm going to change ABC product/service to plumbing services and change all the elements from customers, patients or members into customers. So basically all we do is we delete the elements we don't want. Just put in typing plumbing services and here okay, so we'd mail merge this We've got customers like yourself. We've changed all the other things. Let's just get rid of that highlighter. Okay, and actually, let's get rid of that. And then you put your name here. So let's say it's Steve Hackney. And then my title, let's say director. Okay. And then obviously what they do is they basically turn this over, handwrite their testimonial on the back, and sign and date it. And that's it. Job done. See, this is so easy for you. That took less than 2 minutes. Oh, and by the way, like everything I'm taking you through, it doesn't matter what type of business you're running or how sensitive you think it is. The testimonials by the dozen letter will work really well for you. I'll repeat, all the core elements have their own fill-in-the-blank creation template, making it easy and quick for you to get results. So if you add all 9 core elements to all your existing and new marketing strategies, then use the success formulas and the step-by-step system and the proven fill-in-the-blank creation templates, all backed up with the implementation checklists to quickly and expertly create them, do you guys think you're going to be more successful? Of course, it's impossible not to be. Now let's say you don't add, say, 7 figures to your business over the next 12 months like Graham and many others have done. Let's say you only add an extra 200,000, say, every 6 months. How many of you guys would welcome that growth right now? Or even half that? Write in the chat box, just say, yes, Steve. Don't be shy. Okay, remember guys, I didn't become successful because I'm smart. I became successful because I found out what makes marketing work. I simply applied the core elements to all my and my clients' marketing strategies and kept applying them. And that's all you have to do, except you don't have to go through any learning or testing because we've done it all for you. So to recap, we spent time going through the 3 secrets. The first secret I showed you guys was how to get instant results by seamlessly applying each core element to your marketing. Then I showed you how even a child can use the success formulas, step-by-step systems, fill-in-the-blank creation templates, and implementation checklists to create powerful and results-producing core elements. And then I showed you how to take each of the core elements and how by using the fill-in-the-blank creation templates, you could expertly create them for your business within a few minutes rather than days. Now I'm going to ask you a question. We've been on for a while now, but how many of you guys literally feel a little like this now? Feeling a little overwhelmed because we've covered so much? I'm asking because I remember one time when I was speaking at an event recently and a delegate came up to me afterwards and said, Steve, that was amazing, but I feel like I've got so much great stuff swimming around my head. And then a little while later, I found this image and thought that's probably the same for you guys too. But nevertheless, I think it's really important that you at least get the foundations whilst you're on here today. The fact is, there's so much more I could share with you. So, I've created something really special to help you guys take what we've covered today and really push on. So is it okay that I share it with you right here, right now? If you're okay with that, please let me know in the question box. All right, great, thank you. All right then, so the special package we've created for you is called the Growth Club. In fact, you'll have all been invited to this web event by your accountant who has their own Growth Club created by me and my team. The Growth Club has been designed to make implementing the core elements an absolute piece of cake for you. Because knowing this stuff is one thing, but if you don't actually implement it and get it done, then what good is it, right? But actually, it's much more than that, and there's nothing like it anywhere. So what are you guys going to get when you join the Growth Club today? Well, the first thing you're going to get is 8 live Growth Club workshops at a local venue organised by your accountant. Each workshop is delivered by one of my highly experienced business growth experts. You see, I found over the years that the best platform to create and implement the core elements is not by distance learning or by web events like this one. By far and away, the best way to do this is via proper live instruction by people who understand the core elements like the back of their hands. And after numerous tests, we found that a workshop environment, along with a small group of up to 10 fellow ambitious business owners, works best. Each workshop lasts around 2 hours and they run usually every 2 weeks over a 4-month period. But they're not just conventional workshops. Firstly, The way we structured each one is to build in networking time so you can start profitable relationships with everyone else in the room from your locality, leading to more referrals. Secondly, because of the dynamics of the Growth Club workshops, we automatically create a mastermind group culture where everyone learns off each other. You'll be surprised how transferable winning solutions can be across all different types of businesses. And last, and arguably one of the biggest benefits of the workshops, is my business growth expert is always on hand to not only help you create and implement each of the core elements, they're there to guide you, answer any questions, and make sure you're getting the very best out of each workshop. In fact, time is also set aside during each workshop to review and evaluate what you've done and what you've created to make sure it's as good as it can be. You'll find this invaluable. By the way, it goes without saying that every workshop is fun, interactive, and inspiring. You'll love being part of the club, and it will give you something you've never experienced before. Incidentally, we handpick and I personally train all our business growth experts and then fully support them to ensure they help you get the very best possible results in the quickest time possible. Think of my business growth experts as a catalyst for your sales and profits. Most successful business owners and entrepreneurs have such a guide and mentor working alongside them, and I'm going to give you yours for each Growth Club workshop. Now let me quickly introduce you to Adam Warner. Adam had a new accounting firm. He was a sole proprietor and he's based on the outskirts of London in a place called Ware. Within a 15-mile radius of his office, he had over 300 accountants operating. In other words, things were stacked up against him. He created and implemented the core elements and has gone from strength to strength ever since. He's built a successful six-figure firm with huge profits, bucking the trend of most accounting firms. Let me play you a short 15-second video clip with Adam explaining the results.
I can't speak enough about it. It's been brilliant for me. I started from scratch with the whole structure effectively, implemented everything that you guys told me to do, and effectively just run the whole systems. I've grown my business to a six-figure business. I've now got 3 members of staff.
Remember, Adam didn't have a single ounce of sales and marketing expertise or experience. He's an accountant. If he can do it, you can too. Are you getting this? Are you starting to see what's possible? I just want to make sure you realise who this is for. It's for people just starting out in business who want to grow fast and get their new business on the right footing. It's for people with young businesses who need to quickly take the business to the next level. And it's for people with established businesses who need to scale up. It doesn't matter what products or services you sell, whether you sell business to business or business to consumer. The core elements work for every type of business. And you might be thinking you can't get started with this because you don't have the time. That's a big mistake that will hold you back from success. Clearly, if you're not prepared to put aside a couple of hours every 2 weeks for 4 months to grow your business, you're not that serious about growing it, and you'll keep getting the same results. We all make time to do the things that are important to us. So what you need to do, if you're making a lack of time an excuse, is to elevate the marketing and growth of your business to one of your most important tasks. Seriously, there's no excuse. So the first thing you get is the 8 2-hour Growth Club workshops. Each one has a value of at least £495, totaling £3,960 in value. The second thing you're going to get, because having someone expertly explain the core elements is one thing, but as I've just mentioned, you need to then create them yourself with the support of my business growth expert. So I'm going to give you full access to all the success formulas, all the step-by-step systems, all the proven fill-in-the-blank creation templates, and all the implementation checklists. Each one is potentially worth hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands to you. Remember, these documents massively speed up success. You don't need to learn or study anything. You don't need any sales and marketing experience. All this is already done and included for you. In effect, you're getting a simple step-by-step recipe for creating each core element, and with them by your side, you can do it in less than an hour, and sometimes in just minutes, as you saw earlier. In total, the entire Growth Club documentation is worth at least £3,500. It would take you years and literally tens of thousands of pounds, dollars or euros to develop this level of insight across the core elements. In fact, you simply wouldn't have the time or the inclination to do it. You'd have to do what I did, and believe me, it was a long journey, a journey you don't want to travel. But you don't have to. You can create success in a fraction of the time and know that every single second you dedicate to creating the core elements will be productive, money-making time. You're probably thinking it can't be that easy. But as I said earlier, we've created the Growth Club documentation and the workshop environment, so you don't even have to think about it. You just attend each workshop, follow the steps, fill in the blanks, and hey presto, you've created your own powerful money-making marketing strategy and done it in the quickest time possible. Your business growth expert will give you the relevant documentation at the start of each workshop, and you'll build your Growth Club folder as each workshop passes. This will be yours to keep and use until the day you stop building your business and you exit. So now you've got the workshop environment and the tools you need to quickly create each core element and add them to all your marketing, making each existing and new strategy instantly highly successful. So you get access to the 8 Growth Club workshops worth £3,960 and the Growth Club documentation worth £3,500. That's a total value so far of £7,460. But what else do you need to be more successful? Well, whilst having the Growth Club workshops and the documentation are great, we've also discovered that many people like to review the workshop material at least one more time in the comfort of their own home or office. So we've created the Growth Club membership website for you. This includes digital copies of the documentation so you can share it with other people in your business. But more importantly, after each workshop, you'll also get access via the membership site to the video of the workshop so you can watch it again when it's convenient for you. Don't underestimate how important this will be for you. Furthermore, if for whatever reason you can't make one or more of the scheduled Growth Club workshops, you can catch up just by logging into the membership site and watching the video of that particular workshop. We'll also be adding other goodies to the Growth Club membership site as we go. Better still, we've decided to give you free lifetime access to it. So as your business develops, you can always have access to all the content, plus any updates that we make, which tend to be done once every 3 or 4 months or so. So full lifetime access to the Growth Club membership site is worth at least £3,000. So far, that's a total value of £10,460. Okay, so now you're cooking on gas. You've got the workshop environment and the tools you need to quickly create and implement the core elements into your business. Everything you need to transform what you're doing right now. But could I help you even more to make you more successful? What else do you need? Well, how about my own personal support package to help you grow your business and accelerate your sales even faster? Now, obviously, I can't work with you on a one-to-one basis. That's the role my business growth experts play in the Growth Club workshop environment. But I can give you the next best thing. In fact, 2 things. First, you'll get my Accelerate newsletter. I write 75% of the content in the newsletter. We're now in the 8th year, and the Accelerate newsletter goes out to thousands of businesses on a monthly basis. It's 16 pages, is crammed full of what works right now, tactics and strategies and sales accelerators that you can instantly use in your business. It's my way of keeping in touch with you and a great way to keep you highly charged, focused and motivated. You'll get a digital copy each and every month for 12 months. Second, for 12 months, you'll get access to my Accelerate webinars. You're going to absolutely love these too. Every month, I conduct a 30 to 45-minute web event that you can either tune in live to or watch the replay at your leisure. Think of the Accelerate webinars as 30 to 45 minutes a month with me, helping you personally to grow your business and accelerate your sales. I often drill deep into a tactic or strategy, giving you an amazing insight into what's possible. And of course, you get the exact steps and, where relevant, the fill-in-the-blank creation templates to ensure you can launch that particular strategy easily into your own business. In total, these 2 growth accelerators are worth £1,041. So what else do you guys need to ensure success? Well, you've got everything you need to transform your marketing and do it successfully like an expert. But wouldn't it be great to have access to a complete business growth system? In other words, once you've nailed your core elements and applied them successfully to your existing and new marketing strategies, that will make a huge difference and you'll have an amazing foundation in place to build upon, but you're still just scratching the surface in terms of what can be achieved when growing your business. You see, over the last 20 years or so, I've discovered a proven formula for growing any business. In fact, here it is. I've recently wrote a best-selling book about it, and you saw that earlier. The formula includes over 50 proven strategies and tactics that any business can use to grow and increase profits. They are all conveniently located in our 24/7 online resource called the Core Asset Vault. Here's a screenshot showing the core asset layout after logging in. As you can see, it's structured to ensure the formula is automatically put into your business, with the 5 components of the formula here. Behind each of these are the tactics and strategies that can be applied to each component of the formula. We have 9 tactics and strategies that will transform your marketing. These are, of course, the core elements. There are 14 lead generation tactics and strategies that will ensure you generate a constant stream of leads. 13 conversion tactics and strategies to ensure you convert a much higher percentage of leads into sales and new clients, customers or patients. 11 tactics and strategies that will maximize sales and profits from new and existing customers. And 3 systems that will help you put your growth and sales on autopilot. That's a lot of proven strategies, and I bet you're thinking, wow, that's going to be a real challenge to create dozens of strategies. And in normal circumstances, you'd be right. Plus, you'd be constantly wondering if you're doing it right. I mean, you only get to know what works by launching these things and testing, right? Well, it used to be the same for me too. When I was consulting, I used to create a brand new strategy for every single business. Each one literally took ages to produce. Those of you who've tried to write a sales letter or a web page or an ad for your local newspaper or magazine, or even a simple one-page customer welcome letter will know exactly what I mean. And bearing in mind, I know what I'm doing, but it still took hours, sometimes days, to create this stuff. Then one day when I was struggling for time, I just cloned a strategy that worked for a different client in a different industry, and to my amazement, it worked. I mean, it was equally successful. And by cloning, I simply took a strategy that had proven to work before with a client and then tailored the content to the other client's business. Just like copying what successful people do every day will help you achieve success, amazingly, it's the same with marketing and growth. It can be copied, cloned, replicated, and I've done it since thousands of times. In fact, I remember listening to Tony Robbins a few years ago, and he said, if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who have already succeeded. So I started building a huge portfolio of all the actual sales and marketing pieces that had worked well for me and my clients over the years. There are several hundred and growing daily, each relevant for a particular strategy. And then, just like I did for the core elements, I created and developed a success formula for each strategy, step-by-step systems, fill-in-the-blank creation templates, and implementation checklists, which makes it easy for anyone to expertly create each strategy. Remember earlier when I took you through the Technifold ad and said I'll explain why it's not difficult to create advertising like I showed you using the core elements? Well, it's so much easier because even with a print ad, there is a success formula which makes it so much easier to create. And it's the same with all the other strategies. For example, Gary Pearce runs a couple of children's nurseries on the Isle of Man, a small island in the Irish Sea between the west coast of England and Ireland. It has a population of just 83,000 people. Surprisingly, Gary has a number of competitors, even though the island is relatively small. He has no sales and marketing expertise, but this is what he did. He first applied the formula, applying it to his business, and then one of the first things he focused on was maximizing customer value part of the formula. Because like almost every small and medium-sized business, he wasn't tapping into this rich vein of income and profit. So he took one of the 18 referral systems we've developed, cloned the fill-in-the-blank creation template for it, made sure all elements of the success formula were present, and then launched it. Here's what happened. In fact, this is a comment from Gary himself. We created a referral program using the referral system templates and examples in the core asset. We spent just £2,300, and in the first 3 months it generated £154,000 in extra sales. Now that was just in the first 3 months. He's since systemized and automated this referral system, and it keeps generating this level of income every quarter. You see, modeling success is easy if you have the tools and the already proven tactics and strategies. The success formulas and fill-in-the-blank creation templates make it a cinch for you to clone any or all of the strategies to your business, no matter how little sales and marketing experience you have. Think about it. Even if you launched a referral strategy and it only produced a tenth of what Gary's doing, I'm sure an extra £60,000 profit a year from just this single strategy would be welcomed. In fact, just let me know if this would be worth having in your business. Just type yes into the box. Okay, great. So he's starting to see what's possible. As an aside, notice I said Gary had a number of competitors on the island. Well, if you're also in a very competitive market, and to be frank, who isn't, then the formula will make it even easier to get clients, customers, or patients and help you magnetically attract them from your competitors, just like Gary has done. Seriously, your competition will wonder what's hit them as soon as you apply the formula and the tactics and strategies in the core asset. Here's another quick story on how easy it is to clone the tactics and strategies. Remember, just to make sure you fully appreciate it, because of the fill-in-the-blank creation templates and success formulas, you don't need any experience in sales and marketing. In fact, you can pass on the creation and cloning of the strategies to anyone in your team. If you've got a 14-year-old son or daughter, they can do it too. Well, Michael Thickpenny was no different. Michael runs a sandwich franchise called the Petit Four Français. His business is located in a busy shopping centre in the food hall, but his sales were suffering because the already stiff competition was increased further when Greggs, the largest bakery chain in the UK, entered the food hall. Michael previously didn't need to do any sales or marketing. People would come to the food hall and buy from him. He'd get a sufficient percentage of custom that he was happy. But when Greggs came to the food hall, his footfall decreased, so he needed to fight back. He applied the formula, and one of the first things he did was to create a series of upsells and cross-sells on each purchase. He did this simply by using the fill-in-the-blank creation templates. And by the way, upsells and cross-sells work at the point of purchase. They are wonderful for extracting more profit out of customers, and every business should be capitalising on them, although most small and medium-sized businesses don't. Here's what happened. In fact, here's what Michael said in his own words. I've reiterated to staff the need to upsell using the scripts, and this month we have been up 3 times on like-for-like sales versus last year. Amazing, thank you. Now remember, Michael doesn't have any sales and marketing experience or expertise. He just applied the template and implemented the upsells and cross-sells to his business. Also note, his footfall had decreased, yet he was up 3 times on sales versus the previous year. I mean, how many of you would like to achieve a result like that? I mean, if all you did was achieve a 50% increase on sales, wouldn't that be sweet? And remember, that's just one strategy he applied to get this result. Are you starting to see what's possible when you apply already successful strategies? It's also important to recognise that most of the tactics and strategies in the core asset, just like the referral system, upsells and cross-sells, work instantly. You don't have to wait for results. The way to look at it is like this. I've done all the hard yards for you. You don't even have to learn anything. You don't have to study. It's kind of like you getting your own degree, a first-class degree in sales and marketing and business growth that works without the time, effort and cost. Who wouldn't want that, right? Okay, well, this is truly awesome. In conjunction with your accountant, we've agreed that when you join the Growth Club today, you'll also get 12 months free access to the Core Asset Vault. Right now, the only way to get access to the Core Asset Vault is via our Sales Accelerator program, which is £397 a month. So 12 months free access to the Core Asset Vault is worth £4,764. So let's recap. When you join the Growth Club today, you get 8 live growth workshops at a venue close to you, which is worth £3,960. You get full access to all the success formulas, the step-by-step systems, the fill-in-the-blank creation templates, and the implementation checklists, worth £3,500. And you get access to the Growth Club membership website, including digital documents, workshop videos and more, and that's free lifetime access worth £3,000. Plus you get my personal support package, which includes the Accelerate newsletter and the Accelerate webinar, which is worth £1,041. And you get 12 months free access to the Core Asset Vault worth £4,764. That's a total value of £16,265. So by joining the Growth Club, you'll be able to quickly accelerate your sales and your profits and transform your existing sales and marketing using the core elements for zero extra cost. You'll be able to implement new sales and marketing tactics and strategies cost effectively and ensure they're the best they can be, launching them with full confidence and do it without having to learn new stuff. Incidentally, I recently looked at all 50 proven tactics and strategies in the Core Asset Vault, and amazingly, 29 of them won't cost you a single penny to implement. Yes, 29. 29 won't cost you a penny. You'll be able to master sales and marketing without even knowing it, and you'll finally be able to take your business where you always wanted it to go, along with the financial and personal trimmings that come with having a more successful business, and do it all regardless of your existing skills, experience, or expertise. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you £16,265 to join the Growth Club, but let me ask you a question. How much would you value a single marketing strategy that generates your business, say, an extra £1,000 of profit a month? That's £12,000 a year, every year of extra profit from one single strategy. Would you say a one-off investment of £2,000 for a single strategy that generates an extra £12,000 profit a year every year is good value? I'm sure you'd all think that's a reasonably good investment, right? After all, it really is an investment, right? And that's the key. You're not spending money, you're investing it strategically to make more money. Well, the Growth Club isn't providing a single one-off strategy that can generate an extra £1,000 every month. It actually has 41 of them, plus the 9 core elements. Imagine that for just a few seconds. And you wouldn't be creating any of them on your own, because you'll be doing that during each of the 8 workshops with the help and support of your business growth expert. Plus, you'll be getting more referrals than ever before because of the relationships you forge with the other business owners in your Growth Club. Right then, because you guys have spent the time today to be with me, I wanted you to get the very best offer because I know what the Growth Club will do for you and your business. I know it will transform where you are today. So, for today only, We're offering the Growth Club for a single payment of just £1,440. There's nothing more to pay. That works out at just £180 per Growth Club workshop with free 12-month access to everything contained in the Core Asset Vault, including my monthly newsletters and webinars. So that's just £1,440 now and not a penny more ever. Let me just be clear here. This exclusive package is only reserved for people who join the Growth Club. No one else gets this. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, even monthly access to the Core Asset Vault via the Sales Accelerator program is £397 a month, which, by the way, still represents amazing value for money and return on investment. However, I'm going to give you some more great news. Your accountant has agreed to subsidise your place in their Growth Club by 50%, so you can join not for £1,440, but for only £720. That works out at only £90 per workshop, and again, there's nothing more to pay. This really is incredible value for money when you also factor in all the other benefits of joining. So as I see it, you've got two choices. Choice one is to do nothing. You can invest nothing and do nothing, but if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to get the same result, right? I think it was Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing time after time and expecting a different result. I've given you some good ideas today, but the chances are you won't apply them. But this is an option for you. Or you can invest a small amount compared to all the value included in the Growth Club. I know you're serious about increasing your sales and profits. You wouldn't have lasted this long on the web event. So do yourself, your family and your business a favour and join the Growth Club. If joining the Growth Club only achieves a fraction of what I've promised today, it will pay for itself many times over, even by transforming just one of your existing marketing strategies. Are you getting this? Does this make sense? One strategy or a simple transformation of what you're currently doing is all it takes. And I've got one last special bonus, which is just for the first 25 people to join. Right now we have several hundred people on the call, so I can't do it for all of you. But if you're really serious about increasing your sales and profits and doing it quickly, for the first 25 people who join the Growth Club today, here's what I'm going to gift you. Before I explain, I just want to emphasize that you've got a very short window to accept this, and you won't even believe I'm going to do this. It's crazy. I'm going to walk you through this in a second, but you need to be ready for it, because when the 25 spots are gone, they're gone. So get ready, you've got to act fast. We have a special standalone business growth application. It's our landmark software tool called the Sales Accelerator Roadmap. You're going to absolutely love this. In a nutshell, the roadmap immediately pinpoints exactly where the lost treasure is in your business. You simply answer a few simple yes/no type questions, and in about 30 minutes, the software analyzes your answers and identifies the things that will give you an instant improvement in your sales and profits. Seriously, it's taken us years to create this and literally hundreds of thousands of pounds in development costs, but it's worth it because the roadmap will instantly guide you to the treasures in your business. There isn't anything like this on the planet, and currently the roadmap sells for a one-off fee of £1,297. But if you're one of the first 25 people to join the Growth Club today, I'll include the roadmap as part of the package. So that's an extra £1,297 thrown in, but only if you're quick. So if you want to get results fast, and I know you all want that, then jump on this now. The roadmap is a brilliant way to quickly identify all the areas in your business which you can quickly transform and start to take advantage of the increase in sales and profits you'll get from using it every month. And if that's the case, it's time to take action. Stop listening to me and click on the button now showing on this page. You'll then be taken through our Growth Club membership page where you can become a member and join hundreds of others who are quickly and easily growing their sales and profits. Okay, I can see memberships are already coming in. Wow, you guys are serious. So make sure you get on board as soon as you can. Now, sometimes the internet gremlins decide to have some fun. So if you do have any problems when you're joining, or if you have any questions, please contact us right now at support@thecoreasset.com. The team are standing by to field any questions so we can get you started ASAP. But now is the time for you to go click the button and join the Growth Club. And if you're sitting on the fence right now, I get it. I understand that habits are really hard to change. I could leave the webinar right now and go and enjoy the rest of the day. I'm already successful building my businesses. This is already working for me and the many thousands of other businesses, some of which I've spoken about today. But this is not about me. This is about you. If you leave now, you might think you've learned a lot of cool stuff, but my guess is that by tomorrow morning, you'll have already slipped back into your normal routines, right? You just do what you've always done. And that's what most people do. But I'm not going to let you go back to your old habits. I'm going to make sure you're successful by breaking them. If you want real, lasting change, your repeated exposure to joining the Growth Club is just so important. That's what you'll get when you invest today. Simply click on the button and join right now. Look at it this way. I've told you what the core elements are and how they work. I've shown you how you can transform your business and your results. I've shown you that you only need a couple of successes to make all this work. But you know what? To be successful with this, you're going to need more than the core elements. I know you can be successful just by applying the core elements, but those who are part of an exclusive growth club that meets every 2 weeks for 4 months and gets supported by one of my experienced business growth experts, they are the ones that get the best results. You'll have questions that need answering, and you might need help in the accountability department too. Let me tell you, me and my experts take our role very seriously. We won't let you quit on yourself. We will get you through everything together. Okay, what I'm going to do now is answer some of your questions. We've had a ton of them coming in while we've been on air. I'm just looking at what some of you guys are saying. Brian says, yes, I'm one of the first 25. Good stuff, Brian. Joseph says, I've joined but not received a confirmation email yet. Okay, Joseph, don't worry. Sometimes it can take a couple of minutes to come through, but also check your spam folder. Bob says, I'm in. Thanks, Steve. Cool. Omar says, count me in. Good stuff, Omar. Julie says, is this live, Steve? Yes, we're live, Julie. All right, let me start answering these questions. The team will put up as many as we can, so I'll answer them as we go. But obviously, don't let the answer to a question stop you from joining. I may not get a chance to cover it right now because we're really running out of time. So send a quick email to support@thecoreasset.com and they can deal with it immediately for you. Okay, so what have we got, team? What happens when I join? Okay, to join the Growth Club, all you have to do today is invest just £720. There's nothing else to pay. Your accountant will then be in touch with the dates of each workshop, the venue, and the timings. I guess that should be tools. What other tools or programs do I need? That's a great question. Well, you don't need anything else. Everything to do with sales, marketing, and growth is taken care of by the Growth Club. You get everything. We don't keep anything back. Do you have a payment plan? We don't. Here's why. Because of the investment we're making in bringing the Growth Club to you and making it affordable for everyone, we can't do this on a payment plan. Also, your accountant is already subsidising your membership by 50%. But there is another way to finance it. I remember some time ago, I was about to invest in a customer service program. And it came with a £5,000 initial upfront fee. So I asked if there was a payment plan on offer, and they said we don't offer a payment plan. But why don't you get MasterCard or Visa to fund it for you? Why didn't I think of that? It was pretty obvious. So I simply put the fee on my credit card and just spread the payments over several months. And you can do the same too. And if you're thinking, I can't afford it, I suggest you change your thinking and think, how can I afford it? It's a subtle change, but one that separates the winners from the losers. Listen, I've been in business a long time, and I found that there are only two kinds of people. Those who are good at making money and growing businesses, and those who are good at making excuses. You can't be both. If you're the one making excuses, I hate to say it, but I think you're going to have a really hard time growing your business and making money. The good news is that you get to choose. In this moment, you can choose which type of person you're going to be. Don't be someone who makes excuses. Be someone who actually grows their business and makes more money in the next 12 months than they've ever made. Do that by joining the Growth Club right now by clicking on the button. Am I in the top 25? Okay, hang on, let me check. I don't have the numbers exactly here, but it looks like there are half a dozen or so places up for grabs. Is that right, team? Yeah, there's half a dozen places at the moment. Is it really that easy to get results? That's another great question. Look, you're all intelligent people. You know as well as I do that to achieve anything worthwhile takes effort and application. In fact, I think it was Tommy Hilfiger, the designer, who said something like, the road to success is not easy to navigate, but with hard work, drive and passion, it's possible to achieve your dream. So when you join the Growth Club, you do have to put the effort in. You do have to attend each 2-hour workshop. You do have to create the core elements. But we've given you a platform for success that cuts out 90% of the grunt and effort normally required to achieve success. That, in a nutshell, is what you're investing in. A shortcut to success, complete with a support network. Will this work for my business? Yeah, that's another great question. Well, hopefully throughout the webinar, I've given you many different examples to show you when it comes to marketing growing your business, whilst there are subtle differences, every business is the same. It's kind of like 100 different people lining up to test drive a car. Every person is completely different from different backgrounds and with differing driving experience. But when they sit in the car and turn the key, the engine starts and behaves in the same way for everyone. Who sits behind the wheel makes no difference to the car, and that's the same with the Growth Club. Sure, some people get more out of it because they dedicate more time to it, just like the more you drive the car, the more familiar it becomes and the better performance you get from it. But remember, it doesn't matter whether your business is new or established, whether it's online or offline, whether it's selling products, services, or professional services, or whether you sell business to business or business to consumer. None of this matters. The tactics and strategies are universal. That's why we've carried out all the testing to find out which tactics and strategies worked for everyone. What support do we get? Okay, well, as part of the Growth Club, you obviously get the 8 workshops with your personal business growth expert. They'll be on hand to answer any questions and help you create and develop your core elements. You get my support pack, which includes the monthly Accelerate webinar and Accelerate newsletter. And actually, something I haven't mentioned yet is you also get access to the Growth Club Facebook group page, where you can get support from your fellow members and, of course, my business growth experts. You get all that as part of the Growth Club. Are there any of the 25 places left? Are there, team? Yeah, I'm still getting nods that there are a couple of slots available. Will the offer be available tomorrow? No, it won't. You need to join today to get the special offer that I've taken you through as part of the Growth Club. Access to the Sales Accelerator Roadmap, it's only being made available on this webinar. You cannot get it included any other way, and you must be one of the first 25 right now to get it. Remember, if you have any problems or additional questions, please get in touch with support at thecoreasset.com. The team are standing by to help. Marketing doesn't seem to work for me no matter what I do. Why will it suddenly work? Okay, that's a really good question. In many respects, it works because when you join the Growth Club, you'll be doing things differently. You'll be using the 9 core elements to transform the results of your marketing. And through experience, I know most marketing fails because the core elements aren't being used or used correctly. That's a massive reason why marketing doesn't work. Equally as important, by using the formula and putting its structure into your business, you'll be tapping into and maximizing the 5 key growth areas of your business that previously you weren't exploiting. In over 20 years of working with literally tens and tens of thousands of businesses, I can be confident in saying that you're missing out on at least 80% of growth potential that you're simply not tapping into right now. Then when you combine that with the core elements, it's easy to see why so many people get instant and often astonishing results when they begin using this stuff in their own businesses. It's not rocket science, but it is a science. We've done all the experiments. We've nailed the core elements and the formula. You just need to apply them to your business, and the outcome is assured. You'll grow your business faster and more profitably in the next 12 months than you ever done before. Okay, we've got less than a minute left, so let me just recap one last time. You get 8 Growth Club workshops worth £3,960. Remember, these are live interactive workshops at the venue near you and set up and organised by your accountant. You'll be joined by 10 other ambitious business owners, all with a common cause. You'll strike up close relationships and referrals will be passed to one another every single week. You get the Growth Club documents and templates worth £3,500, and you get 24/7 lifetime access to the Growth Club membership site worth £3,000. Plus you get my support pack, including the monthly 16-page Accelerate newsletter and the monthly Accelerate webinar worth just over £1,000. And finally you get 12 months 24/7 access to the Core Asset Vault, complete with the 50 tactics and strategies, which is a £4,764 value. That's a total value of £16,265, and if you join the Growth Club now, thanks to your accountant, you can get membership for just one payment of £720 and nothing more to pay. That works out at just £90 per workshop, not including any of the other benefits of joining. Plus, if you're one of the first 25 to join, I'll also gift you the Sales Accelerator Roadmap worth £1,297. One payment of £720 and it's yours. As I said earlier, if you've got any more questions, simply email the team at support@thecoreasset.com. We'll also keep the chat box open for a while. So if you've got any questions, just post them here too. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Seriously, this will change your business and your life. It's so exciting. You just need to take that small leap of faith. I promise you, the Growth Club will transform what you're doing and do it quickly. So go on, now's the time to act. Click on the button and join now. Once again, my name is Steve Hackney. Thanks guys, I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you in the Growth Club.